All right, hope you guys can hear us okay. You might think we're riding in some normal 1976 Chevrolet pickup truck, and from in here, that's all you can really tell. We got our classic 80s mixtape. We got a Caterpillar license plate cover. And we got this extra cool mirror that snaps over the mirror. But what the underside and the outside of this truck is going to show you is going to blow your mind. We're pulling across the street now to showroom 2 and 3. We're going to let you see what we're riding in. All right, guys, we introduce to you for the first time Bedzilla, a Longfoot 1976 C30 two-wheel drive, one-ton dually. Very, very unusual truck. And as you will see from the license plate, as Christian walks around, this truck came straight from California. We actually purchased this from a guy in California that I feel like we'll be doing quite a bit more business with. The beauty part of California is, guys, no rust. Their trucks are very solid. So what in the world is this thing? What in the world will we do with it? Honestly, we don't really know. But to see it in person puts a pretty big smile on our face. And I know that's silly and goofy, but have you ever seen one? Now, there were some of these made. We don't know if they were made by Chevrolet dealers, conversion companies, or who made them, but they were called Longfoots. We didn't want to call it a Longfoot because that's what it's already been called. So that's why we nicknamed it Bedzilla. The coolest part of this truck is not only the journey we're going to take you on, because it needs love. Not one single solitary negative to the guy that we got it from, because he actually sent some videos, just like with everybody. When we start buying and doing stuff with customers, you get to know him a little bit. He sent me a video of his son actually chopping a truck apart, stretching, shortening. That's what they do in California. A lot of guys take long beds and shorten them to short beds in California. This one went the opposite way, and this guy was involved. This truck started as a crew cab dually. They took the chassis and stretched the bed to take away the cab. I haven't pulled a tape measure yet, but I think that bed's going to measure pretty close to about 11 feet. So why did they do that back in the day? This was just done to be fun. But back in the day, if you wanted to carry long lumber, materials, piping, or anything like that, the bed space is what you needed. Weirdly enough, if I can find the picture, we'll drop it in here. We actually built an International this way years ago for a customer, brand new. I think it was in 2008, 9, 10, somewhere in that area. Got him a brand new cabin chassis, 4x4, stretched length, and actually took a bed and sectioned it and made it like this. But the inside of this truck is needing some love, and we will carry you guys along for the ride with the things we're going to do. David's going to do some stuff today. It's a power window, power lock truck, door panels, dash, seat are in good shape, carpet kits in it. It needs some trim, little doodads, little pet peeves of ours. The dash needs some help. Transmission shift's good. Radio I don't think works. I don't think I even tried to turn it on. It needs a pedal on the cover pedal. It's a pretty nice shade of blue. We were already talking about maybe two-toning it. Needs emblems. The wheels are actually chromed. Those are steel wheels that have been chromed, and they're in great shape. Might as well just go ahead and pop the hood. Caterpillar diesel. Caterpillar, whatever you want to call it, is under the hood of this truck. Now again, being in California, they didn't need any heat. And as you can see, it's a little cool today. Thank goodness Christian got us these fresh jackets. First Carhartt I've had in over 20 years. So they plugged off the heater core. We'll go hook the heater core back up, cross our fingers that it's good. If it's not good, we'll replace it. But they don't need heat in California. So it's got an aluminum radiator. This big apparatus over here is actually the oil filters. I was looking at it, and Daniel had already figured it out. But that's actually the oil filters. But that is a big commercial. Uh-oh. Can't read what it is. Can you see it on that side?
1160.
1160 Cat V8 diesel engine. And it looks like it was born in there. They took some effort. And Alvin, standing over in the background, patiently waiting. He's going to get it cleaned up under here. But once it's cleaned up, the heater hoses, because this stuff, drives us crazy. So we got to clean that up a little bit. Once all that's routed and run, and we got heat in the truck, and AC. And AC. Pretty cool. So it's going to be neat. Again, I'm looking at it. I did take it up the road, but looking at it for kind of the first time and been patiently waiting because a truck from California to Virginia takes a little while to get here, believe it or not. So I've been waiting on this truck for about a week. My next door neighbor actually found it. I probably got to cut his cable line or something so his internet doesn't work because he has too much free time to look on the internet and send me some weird things. So we've got a few buildings full of stuff. And a lot of times we keep stuff like this a secret from y'all. But this one I wanted y'all to see from the originality. It arrived an hour ago. Again, Daniel's already got the emblems coming. We're going to go back with a proper grill, proper headlights. This over here is broken. Just made a little punch list of some stuff. So I ran by there, make sure he gets all that coming. I'm going to give him a stripe guy. I gave him some kind of free rein earlier on another project, and I think I have a good idea for this one, but I think we're going to 4x4 it. I really think we're going to 4x4 it. Daniel climbed under it real quick. I think it would make a cool four-wheel drive conversion. I'm going to let Brian put his input on it because it's just so odd, and it doesn't serve any purpose at all other than with a bed length like this. We do use these trucks, like the Suburban, that's super long and has all those seats. We use every one of those seats when we go somewhere. Like if we pile all the kids and all the family, even had my mom in it to go to a car show or something, we use these trucks. This one here, you could put 2 ATVs in the back if we wanted to go riding. We could put a heck of a bunch of dogs in there to go hunting. Big dog box. I bet they don't make one of those. We could put a huge dog box in there. But if we do lift it, I don't know if we'll go monster truck size or we'll go mild or we'll go wild, but it will accept a front axle according to what he looked at real quickly. And again, we haven't explored this truck much, but coming from California, it is so rust-free. It is so cool underneath. When we get on the rack, and I'm going to show you guys, the other thing is we got to put it on a special rack just to get it in the air at our service shop. So I'm going to run it up there and get that part knocked out. And when they look it up for a 1976 Chevy, I hope they order an oil filter and a fuel filter for a 1976 Chevy before they pop the hood. I'll get a little candid camera video of that when it doesn't go as the way it's supposed to go. We kind of fool with them sometimes, especially with our excursion. We send some excursion conversions that have 6 7s in them, and it really messes them up when they run the VIN number. But what a cool truck. Christian and AJ said, are we on a task to find the weirdest, craziest square body anything? We're on a task to find the weirdest, most unusual anything. Not just square bodies, but we engage a lot with these square bodies. We've got some Broncos out there that I bet are the only 2 in the country, 5-door conversion Broncos. Not Centurions, 5-door conversion Broncos. I've always been on the task to find the weirdest, oddest things. A pirate ship, a Ghostbuster car, you name it. But we love bringing it. We love you guys being part of it now and seeing a lot of this stuff. AJ enjoys going and getting it. Raymond definitely enjoys going to get some. I couldn't send him to California for this one. But just look real quick. Look at this inner fender well. Look how crisp it is. Like it's supposed to be. It's even got dual shocks. I did not even see that, nor did I tell Daniel about that. It needs a bushing, but those are dual factory shocks. Can you see those? That is wild on one of these trucks. It does have a little fuel leak we got to address, a couple other things. Again, I couldn't be more thrilled with what we got from this guy. And again, because of the fact we did what we said we were going to do, we called him, we sent the money, he sent the title, we sent the transporter. We did exactly what we're supposed to do. That's the part that gets lost in this world is people don't do what they're supposed to do. We developed a great relationship. He's in California. He's finding square body trucks that are awesome condition. So we have a little bit of an extra part of the team now. That was almost a good blooper. We have a really cool extra part of the team now in California that can send us some trucks, go look at the trucks, check the trucks out. He said, man, I'm willing to travel. I said, look, we'll take care of you. So building relationships every day, even though we've been at this almost 50 years, it's still great to get extra relationships with extra people in extra areas that have the same kind of eyes as us. His description was spot on with the truck. He loved seeing it come here because he knew it was going to live life pretty good and fun. Other than it's a lot colder here, so his poor truck is now living in some frigid temperatures. But summer's coming, and this truck's going to really be really cool. It might get tucked away for a little while, but we'll try to bring you guys some content. Bedzilla's here to stay for now. We'll take you along for the ride. We'll let you learn kind of how some of the things go. If we 4x4 conversion, I promise we'll do a time lapse, and we will do it on a shop day, or we might have to do it on a shop weekend, as busy as things are right now. But we'll show you the step-by-step process a little better than we did on the Suburban, because we kind of rushed that. And we'll have the whole team involved. So throw your ideas out. Comment what you think about Bedzilla. If you're still here following, what do we give them today, Kristen? We got some new cups in. We got some new design cups. If you're still here following, at the end, drop a comment. You don't have to say watch to the end. Just drop a comment about Bedzilla and how cool you think it's going to be. And just make a comment on what you'd like to see us do with it, or what you think, maybe tell us what you think we can't do with it. That really drives us even better. And we'll pick a random winner. We'll pick 2 random winners. We'll send them out one of our new Yeti type cups with our custom design on it. So make sure to put a comment in. Where'd AJ go?
He's hiding.
Oh, I think he hurt himself. He fell off the truck. So thanks, guys. Appreciate the support. Thanks for watching as always.